Okay, welcome back to Virginia This Morning. We're in the kitchen today because it's time to start cooking. Great friend of the show, Gabrielle Tenney, is here in the Virginia This Morning kitchen. She's back from her world travels, wherever she may have been. We're going to start with her butter chicken recipe, and then she's back later on in the show to prepare her maple glazed salmon. Let's just jump right in. Gabrielle, beautiful to see you.
Nice to see you.
Always, and this. Well, first of all, let's get to this. We're doing a little ensemble. Where do we get this?
So we got this from Mumbai because this dish is inspired by India. And it's a butter chicken dish. I don't know, do you like Indian food?
I do, I love it.
Okay,
is it very much like curry?
It's like a curry, yeah, because it has garam masala, which is just a spice mix. So it has like cumin, coriander, some cardamom and cinnamon, a lot of different spices, a little bit of honey, and cashews is the key with this one. And I came up with this with my friends who are gluten-free and dairy-free because the cashews give it that creaminess that you can get, without adding cream.
Really? The cashews do that?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So the sauce, this is part of Savion Meals, and you can see, like, this is everything you get. So you get a little,
So it comes pre-prepared?
Pre-prepared. I make the sauce for you. So the sauce is already done. You don't have to worry about it. I usually have to caramelize the onions, add the can of tomatoes, some garlic, ginger, and then the spices and the cashews. The cashews are the key. And it's called butter chicken because you finish the dish with butter. So if you are dairy-free, then you don't have to add the butter.
You don't have to add that?
And just omit that part. So to get started, we'll take a look at our recipe card.
Okay, the recipe card.
Okay, so why don't we...
It looks fairly simple.
It looks pretty easy. Why don't you cook it, and I'll host today.
That was not on the... That was on the menu today. I looked at the rundown. It didn't say Greg is cooking.
Greg, I
thought I was just going to be kind of complimenting you.
Look, I already did all the work for you.
All right. You know what? Let's do this. I can do this.
You can do this. Okay,
I can do this. Do I have to cook anything?
Everything is pretty much done. You do have to. We're going to start with the chicken. Actually, yeah. So we'll take the chicken. Yeah, you just take a knife and kind of just slice down the top.
Right here.
Just open that up.
All right.
It's okay. Like tear that. And then what you want to do, so we have that, that's ready. That's already chopped and done.
Are you sure you want me doing this?
Yes, okay, so what you're gonna do is take the sauce. There's a couple ways to do this, but the easiest way is just to put the sauce in the pan.
I can do that. Which pan?
This one right here. So we're gonna add a little bit of water because it's a little hot already. You can do it, So just add the sauce to the pan.
Okay.
See, it's already done, creamy,
this is like
delicious.
a very thick curry, but...
Right.
Okay.
Very thick. So you have that going. I added a little bit of water because you're gonna add the vegetables and the chicken and you want it to kind of boil in there and cook in the sauce. So you have that.
So stir this up with the water?
Yeah, kind of mix it up a little bit and then add the chicken. And what I do sometimes is I'll first add the chicken with a little bit of oil so that it starts to kind of brown and get that caramelization because that caramelization gives it flavor.
So this is just one chicken breast?
That is a mixture of chicken breasts and thighs, which I really like. That mix of dark meat and light meat makes it a lot tastier. So you can see you added your chicken. Yep. And just kind of mix that up.
Okay, back again.
Take that, Yeah,
how long would this simmer?
So you just kind of let it simmer for about 5–10 minutes. So
that's it?
Yeah, the recipe says, okay, we cut the chicken, but that's already done for you. And then simmer for 10 minutes. But we're gonna pretend that 10 minutes has gone by and we're gonna add the vegetables. So here I have chopped up for you.
Everything is all packaged.
It's all done, yeah, it's all done. And it's some
Let's see what we have
cauliflower, some squash, and basil. So you're gonna add that to your pat.
And you can still find a lot of your fresh vegetables at the farmers markets, don't you?
Yeah, I'm at Lakeside Farmers Market every Saturday. I've made this dish a couple weeks ago and people just loved it.
Did they?
Oh yeah, and so I've made it with chicken. I've also made it with chickpeas and pork. And it tastes really good with all of it. Yeah, so you see, you just mix it all in there. And like the little bit of water added to it made a little bit more sauce. And the thing is, you add a little bit more water because as it cooks down, it's going to be reducing. So a little the water is going to be evaporating. The sauce is going to get nice and thick.
And you don't want it to dry out.
You don't, yeah. And so if you see that it's starting to dry out, add a little bit more water.
Okay.
And if you're adding a little bit more water, it means you're diluting the flavor a little bit. So you might need to add a little bit more seasonings, a little bit more salt, pepper, vinegar, or honey, which is the base of the sauce. You want to get that little bit of sweet, spicy, salty, savory, kind of just mix up all those flavors to get a balance, and that'll be some tasty goodness.
Tell us about the spices. This is Indian inspired. People might think that Indian is extremely spicy
right?
and unbearable, but not necessarily the case.
No, not at all. This one, I'm very conscious about that. Like, I'm Mexican, so I love things a little spicy. But I'm
Irish, and I love things spicy.
So I've had to calm it down a little bit. Now that I'm a little bit older and more mature. And so I've added spices without making it spicy.
Aha.
So the garam masala is like a really classic mixture of Indian spices. And so, like I told you before, like the cardamom and the cinnamon and all that.
This is bubbling
right now.
Yeah, it's
bubbling.
Too.
That's great. So you want to just keep that bubbling.
Yep.
And while that's going, we'll heat up the rice. So I have the rice here. So you want to just do like half of that.
Is this serving for one person, two people? Because it looks pretty hearty.
Yeah, it's so interesting because you can kind of see the packaging and it doesn't look like a lot of food, but then you plate it and it makes enough for two. Yeah, so I have the Savinwell meal packages for 2 people or for 4.
I take it we're putting the rice in here.
Yeah, putting the rice in there. Yeah, brilliant. See, you're an expert at this.
I've been here in the kitchen with you before, girl. Okay.
Yeah, so you have that. You're just going to warm that up a little bit.
So this is already cooked?
That's already cooked. Yeah, it's already done for you. So the thing with Savinwell meals is I make everything for you, kind of help you be your personal chef, do the prep so that you order it by Fridays and I deliver it to you Tuesdays. And you have
delivered too?
Yeah, delivered too. So it really takes out all of the work. And it is 3 dinners for 2. So you have all of that ready to go. So at least half the week you know that what you're putting into your body is healthy, delicious, and dietitian approved.
That is something that I know that you really do take seriously, Gabby, is the fact that what you do put in your body is what your makeup is. You really can see that impact on your life.
Absolutely, and I think it's so important to kind of pay attention to what you're eating. And after you do that, after you see what you're putting into your body, you're seeing what you're putting on your body. So it's kind of just paying more and more attention. What my favorite thing with Savinwell meals is it not only helps families kind of cook together and bring them together in the kitchen, it also has a one-to-one model. So for every basket that's bought, proceeds goes towards cooking programming. So I'm teaching at Churchill Academy. So we're making these dishes in their culinary school on Fridays, and it is really exciting. They are doing such a great job. You can catch them on the Snapchat on Savinwell. We kind of do little presentations every Friday to get them, used to cooking these types of foods. A lot of them actually like vegetables, which I found really interesting.
Yeah, tell us about that. Is it starting young? Is it getting a nice little education when they are in their teen years, and that carries
even
through
younger?
And will that carry throughout their life?
Yes, because your taste buds develop when you're under 5. So if you're used to eating sweets and stuff when you're 5, then you're going to be more used to. Here, we'll plate it over here a little bit. Just do like a little bit of rice on that.
Just a little bit of rice.
So if you really have to start early with the kids because, if they're used to eating sweet stuff all the time, then they're just going to be more and more addicted to the sugar, which, is really, really tough to handle once you get a little bit older.
This one is
cooked
right
this one
here.
We found. We did the magic of the kitchen. Where it's
I know
cooked.
It's all about presentation.
Make
it's got to look
pretty.
good.
And then we have some extra basil in the little jar over there. And we
Where's
can
this?
just right here.
The jar.
So we can just kind of pick out.
You can smell that too.
A cute little piece like this. We'll get this
I got
right
it. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
This
oh
one?
yeah. I got it right here. This one.
Yeah.
And then voila. How about that?
Beautiful. Look
that
at
was the easiest cooking segment Gabby has ever done. Gabby, thank you so much. It's always great to see you. Oh my goodness. Can't wait to try that. We're going to post this tasty recipe on our show website at WTVR.com/VTM. You don't want to miss her second recipe. That's still to come here in Virginia this morning. We'll be right back.